All right, no messing around today. Main event Swerve, episode 7. I want to say this is Raw review for September 30th of 2013. I was very pissed off at this Raw. There were a lot of things that made me very upset in the first hour. There were some things that happened in the second hour that I hated, and then the way that it ended felt very forced. There were a few bright spots, just a few, but mostly overall, I hated this Raw. I thought it was terrible. Couldn't stand it. I thought it was an interesting change of pace that for this Raw, we opened up with CM Punk coming out because, well you know what? I'll get to that in a moment. I thought it was very interesting that we opened up with, of all people, with CM Punk, who came out and kind of aired his grievances about, uh, uh, you know, you know, the same old thing going over and over again with him and him and Heyman and Curtis Axel and Ryback and everything. And he talked about the whole predictability of Heyman being out there, and that once he attacked him, that Ryback and Curtis Axel would be able to get his hands on him. But Punk pretty much wants to put away Heyman once and for all, and that the story isn't going to end until he gets his hands on Paul Heyman and he puts an end to this. And he says, like, it could be tonight on Monday Night Raw, it could be at Battleground, it could be 2 months from now, it could be whenever. So I think that pretty much confirmed that Punk's going to be here for a while, be in the storyline for a while. Because let's be honest, this is the same man who said that, okay, all right, I have to talk about it now. And this is why I thought it was weird that he opened up Raw, because let us not forget, we have a corporate storyline going on here, folks. And part of the reason why Punk can't be a part of this storyline, and why it makes sense that he's not, and it's funny that they remember this, and yet they like temporarily forgot about Big Show's ironclad contract, and then they had to rub it in our faces for a while, is that CM Punk has said that once Vince is dead, the company's going to be run by his idiotic son-in-law, by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law. And where are we at right now? Raw is being run by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law, who really aren't idiotic and doofuses. They're great. I mean, I love what they've been doing in terms of like their on-screen characters. I think it's been great. But you can't have CM Punk in his storyline just for that reason alone. Well, I mean, in that, and you can also tag on the fact that CM Punk has gone straight in Triple H's face and just pretty much, like not giving 2 fucks about him, and just kind of been like, I mean, he straight up said, and this isn't CM Punk talking to Triple H. This is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. The second you do that, you can't be a part of a storyline, because nobody's gonna believe that CM Punk is compliant with Triple H doing whatever he wants. Like, CM Punk is absolutely gonna no-sell that, and you can fire him. He doesn't care. He'll go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. He'll go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. He'll go back to ROH and blah 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 blah. That's what CM Punk is going to do. So having him in this storyline doesn't make sense. But that's why I also thought it was very interesting that CM Punk started Raw, considering that the main storyline right now should be Daniel Bryan and this whole corporation thing. Anywho. Brad Maddox, or as Wise likes to call him, Brad Maddox, Brad Maddox, Brad, came out, and Maddox said that as Raw General Manager, he's the one that could put CM Punk into a match, if he really wants one. And then Punk was like, "Who are you to tell me? Who are you to tell me? Who I can let my aggression out on? Who says that you can decide what my outlet is?" And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. And Big E's coming out, and I think I had the same reaction that everybody else did, which is, wait, what? Like, why is Big E coming out here? Like, is this like face turn Big E, and he's like here to support CM Punk and like help him go against Ryback, or is he coming out here to face CM Punk? Because that doesn't make sense. Like we haven't seen Big E Langston in quite some time, and now he's just coming on out here, and here's CM Punk, and CM Punk's getting ready to go in a battleground to go and face Ryback. We know that Punk can't lose this match. Punk's not going to lose this match. Why is Big E here? Couldn't we have done something else to have brought him back and said like, oh hey, here's Big E? Like we know CM Punk's gonna win this match. So Big E grabs the mic and then like he asked him like, and he was asking CM Punk like if he wanted to let out his aggression on him or something like that. Um, and then CM Punk attacked him, and then he pretty much made Big E Langston go in a corner. Like that. That's not a good look for Big E. Then CM Punk pretty much took control of the match, but then Langston had a few strikes of his own where he just kind of like demonstrated his power. He did like that splash, which looks good on him. I've discussed this for a while. Jack Swagger's Swagger Bomb looks stupid to me. I don't like it because he's not big. He's not a big guy. He's just athletic, I guess, and so he like does the top rope thing and then like bounces and splashes on people, but it looks silly on him. On Big E, it looks great because like Big E's like nearly 300 pounds and 5'11", like he's a small package and he's just gonna like drop that huge body on you. It looks great on him. But yeah, like he hits the splash, but then CM Punk starts fighting back, and CM Punk gets on the top rope, hits the elbow drop, and then hits Langston with the go to sleep. Big E Langston sells it like he's like paralyzed and like he can't move. His eyes are just kind of like this. It was kind of hilarious how he oversold it, but I feel like he may have just held on to it a little too long. CM Punk gets the pin. CM Punk's the winner. All right, great. That's out of the way. Next match, we have Fandango versus Kofi Kingston. Why does Kofi Kingston need to win matches? Why? What's the build up for? Like, I mean, Kofi Kingston is a guy. He wrestles. He just came back off an injury. Doesn't really seem to be feuding with anybody. Doesn't seriously seem to be needed right now. Fandango's getting over. And if anything, Fandango's the one who really kind of needs to push. I mean, Kofi Kingston's been established and has had the crowd behind him for quite some time. So why did Kofi Kingston win this match? Why? Didn't we just have Fandango beat Santino, who beat, you know what? I need to save my anger for that one because that one pissed me off too. But so yeah, Kofi Kingston wins the match when he hits the Trouble in Paradise, and I should have knew that was coming because now WWE is doing this new thing where they're not pushing the WWE app anymore. Now it's like, holy shit, we hit 2 million subscribers. We need people to know that we're on YouTube. We're gonna actually show YouTube videos on Raw while it's happening. Yeah, we're gonna show actual YouTube videos. We're going to show you YouTube on TV. You're watching YouTube on TV. Look at this. 30 seconds of Kofi Kingston hitting 30 Trouble in Paradises. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's on YouTube. YouTube. And I'm just like, can you please stop like shoving this in my face? I'd really appreciate it. Like, it's not helping. Fortunately, the only good thing about that match was that after it was over, Fandango and Summer Rae got out of there, and the Wyatts came out, and I was hoping that the Wyatts would have attacked him, but they didn't. They just kind of gave like this really indecipherable kind of promo to Kofi. It was well. I like it. Like I was into it. Like I liked the promo, but I didn't. I don't understand it. Like I have no idea what he's talking about. It didn't make sense to me. Like the fact that Kofi Kingston wasn't murdered, like the Wyatts usually do whenever they come out, pissed me off a little bit. I was expecting more of that. Um, So yeah, after commercial, they what was it like? Brie Bella and like Nikki Bella came out, and oh no, they didn't come out. They were backstage for a segment, and they're talking about how, oh right, oh this. Brie Bella and Nikki Bella are just backstage talking, and they're like, and Brie's like, "Oh, I'm so excited that I'm the number one contender for the Divas Championship at Battleground." Well, before I even get into that, let me say this. I don't understand why we haven't even addressed anything corporate storyline wise yet, and then we're hitting about the hour mark now. Like it's almost 9 o'clock, and we still have seen no sight of a Randy Orton, of a Triple H, of a Daniel Bryan, or anything related to the storyline of the corporate, of corporate takeover. Nothing. Instead, we get Brie Bella sitting here telling me that she's the number one contender for the Divas Championship. Wasn't it Nikki and Brie Bella who were put in a double sharpshooter by Natalia at this last pay per view? And wasn't it made and building up for Natalia to be the number one contender for this battleground matchup? So now Brie is the number one contender. Brie, who and I talked about this last week. I don't understand this. Why did AJ Lee lose to Brie? Why did that need to happen? AJ Lee tapped out Natalia and Naomi, so why is Brie Bella beating AJ Lee on a facebuster that even the commentators can't sell? The commentators don't sell that as if it's her special move. Like when AJ locks in even when Naomi hits the rear view, all that is an ass to the face. That's what it is. An ass to the face. An ass bump to the face. People are like, they're like, oh, the rear view. This may be it. Like they legit think that may be the end of the match. When Natalia hits the sharpshooter, you think it's the end of the match. When AJ Lee hits the Black Widow, it's the end of the match. Like you like when Caitlyn hits the spear, you hear it spear, spear. You know it's the end of the match. When Brie Bella hits this face buster, it's like, ooh, nice move by Brie. Is it enough? Like you get normal Michael Cole commentary as if nothing happened. And that's what that move makes you think. You don't think that the match is over. It's not a harsh move. It's not. Nobody should be getting counted out 1, 2, 3 to a face buster. It looks unbelievably weak. This isn't like, and I hate to do this, but this isn't like, X Pac and his X Factor where, he gets like ridiculous height. I don't want to say, ridiculous height, but, like, I don't know. There was something about when X Pac did it that it looked like believable. But, with, I don't know. Like, I just think the facebuster is a stupid finisher, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's not working for me. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe anything about that finisher. I think it's a terrible finisher. It's horrible. I would rather somebody lose on like a belly to back suplex. I'd rather see that. Cause I don't believe the face buster. Like your face is hitting the mat. Like, I mean, think about how many times in a match that happens. Like where, like if you're doing like the hair drag, you're slamming their face into the mat. You're slamming them into the mat. Like, why is a facebuster winning matches? It shouldn't be. I hate it. I like her moveset doesn't do anything for me. It does absolutely nothing. It doesn't work. I legitimately hate it. Anyway, so she's the number one contender for the Divas Championship at Battleground. My God, why? 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 Why isn't this it like just fuck? I'm gonna keep moving on. So Randy Orton, speaking of Randy Orton finally comes out and Raw's been making this big deal, where it's like, oh my God, like, oh, Daniel Bryan is engaged to Brie Bella. Let's show all of these montage clips of him and Bree and make a big deal about their engagement and blah 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 yada yada yada. I'm just like I really don't care. But Orton is like just goes and like congratulates her, but then in reality he's just like asking her when the marriage is going to take place, and Orton's like, well, it should be better, it should be sooner than later because uh, after Battleground he's not going to be able to walk down the aisle, and with a threat like that, and I'm going to come back to this. With a threat like that, you think he's really going to hurt Daniel Bryan. And then after that, they cut to like Renee Young interviewing Paul Heyman, and asking him about what CM Punk had to say. Um, and then they were like, CM Punk, like they were talking about like him becoming a Paul Heyman guy and then becoming WWE champion, and then Heyman's talking about like how CM Punk forgot what made them both the best in the world, which is really weird. Like because I went back and I looked at CM Punk's championship reign. I'm starting to slowly go through it. Now I'm at the heel turn. Heyman wasn't there for a lot of it. Like I understand that like CM Punk does the whole shoot and he's like, yeah, I'm a Paul Heyman guy. Like I get that. Like he mentions him, but like Paul Heyman doesn't really come into the fray until way later in his in his title reign. Like are we just supposed to forget that for like a little more than half of that title reign, like CM Punk had really nothing to do with Paul Heyman, honestly. I don't know, it's weird. But but Heyman goes and says like that his pure existence is a trap for CM Punk, which gets funny later on, and we'll get into that. Then the third match of the night, we have 3MB coming out, and it's Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal versus Los Matadores. We finally get the premiere of Los Matadores. It's Primo and Epico. We both know that. But now they're Diego, I believe it's Diego and Fernando, or Fernandez. I don't know. Diego and Fernando, I believe. And they make their debut, and I just like I was enjoying the entrance. It was looking great. Like they were doing the whole like like the whole waving of their like capes and stuff, and it looked really cool. It looked like really very practiced, very rehearsed. It looked nice, and everything was going well until they unveiled a midget bull luchador. A midget bull luchador. I can't even like I posted on Twitter a reaction of this, and I kind of want to pull it up now of like just kind of like what everyone was thinking the second that it came up. Let's see. I want to see if I can find it because I want to see verbatim what I said because it like I just I had no words. I said I'm so lost. Let's see what else. We have sorry, WWE Creative Humor saying this is really happening. Havoc goes, who the fuck are those jobbers? Breezy's like, what in the blue hell? Tubby's like, nothing shows how good or strong or dominant a tag team is like debuting against 3MB. And another WWE creative tweet. Welcome back, Rey Mysterio. You're doing a great job as WWE Los Matadores' mascot. Like, I just, like, this is the build-up? This is it? Yeah, like, granted, they look great in ring. I loved it. Somebody also tweeted to me, I can't wait, I can't imagine, or like, I can't wait to see, Cesaro uppercut, like, the living hell out of that bull mascot. I do want to see that. That I really do want to see. But, yeah, the match itself, Los Matadores looked very good. They like their athletic ability was great. I love what they did. And then they did that double move to Heath Slater, which was like awesome. I really liked it. But the gimmick itself and this little midget bull that they have with them, I'm not with that. I'm really not with that. I can't do that. I can't do it. No, I can't. Like I like the gimmick itself. until there's a bull. Then there's a midget bull. Like, why does this tag team need a mascot? You think the mascot is gonna help them get over with like, okay, I get it, maybe with like little kids, but all right, whatever. Los Matadores wins. It was a good match. Then finally, we're getting back into the corporate storyline as if something is happening here. Um, I don't know if you noticed this, but the Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were announced as the Authority. Um, wow, we're really getting creative with our name choices here now. So now Triple H and Stephanie McMahon created their own faction. They're called the Authority. And Triple H is just hilarious. Like Triple H comes out to his King of Kings entrance again, and he comes out with Stephanie McMahon, and he's like holding her hand. He does a cute little twirl with her, and then it's just like they're having way too much fun with this, way too much. So Triple H comes out and he's on the mic, and he invites the Rhodes family out to the ring. So they come out to Dusty's theme, and Dusty and Coden, sorry, Dusty and Coden, Dustin, and Cody, all came out. Like Goldust looks so silly with like the face paint on, and then he's coming out in a suit. Like it's really silly and funny. But then Triple H pretty much asked Dusty if he was like bitter about making it not being able to make it outside of NWA, which was not niggas with attitude, but National Wrestling Alliance. It like I believe that's like what is that, a wrestling territory? It's in, is that in, no, OVW's in Ohio. I believe NWA's in Florida. Yeah, it was just, it was a weird thing to bring up because I feel like nobody knew what they were talking about. Um, but then Stephanie told Dusty that his important job here at WWE is that he trains and develops everybody at the new Performance Center in Orlando. I believe he's also like the head creative writer for NXT as well, and he does a lot of stuff, helping a lot of guys build in NXT. Like yeah, I'm glad that they finally kind of acknowledge this. And basically, they make a proposition that he holds those prospects' futures in his hands, as well as his son's futures, because Cody and Dustin are going to Cody and Goldust, I should say, are going to get an opportunity to get their job back if they defeat Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at Battleground. If Cody and Dustin lose this match, Cody and Dustin will never work for the company again. They will never work for WWE again. And Dusty Rhodes would also be fired as well from this job and would be on the would be unemployed. Dusty Rhodes then proceeds to get in Triple H's face and takes the microphone away from him. He told Triple H that if he was going to be in his son, that he was going to be in his son's corner at Battleground. So, what I'm anticipating that the Rhodes are going to win. But wouldn't that be absolutely heartbreaking if they lose to the Shield and like right in Dusty's face? But I feel like after the attack that the Shield made after this whole promo was done, I think Goldust got speared the shit out of, and they beat up on Cody. Cody tried to fight back and everything, but he got stomped out. I think he got triple powerbomb. And then Dusty's just like laying there. He's just laying there. The attack is over. And then, like, Seth Rollins just, like, goes OD, doesn't need to do this at all. Dusty Rhodes is already on the ground. He just goes over for good measure and just, like, stomps him out one good time. Just gives him one stomp. One good one for good measure. And then he's done. But yeah, like, I don't know what's going to happen with this match. It's interesting enough, and there's enough possibilities that I believe it could go either way with the Shield winning or there being some sort of turn or something stupid happening. But we know that the Rhodes aren't going to be fired. They're going to get their jobs back some way, somehow. I just don't know what's going to happen in that match. We'll see. So then we have R-Truth versus Curtis Axel. And when this match first came up, I was like, what? Why is this happening? Why do we have R-Truth and why do we have Curtis Axel? And Like, because to me, the match made no sense. I'm like, R-Truth doesn't even have a pink shirt on. Of course he's going to lose. Oh, no, no, no. R-Truth did have a pink shirt on. What did I make that joke for? He doesn't have a pink shirt on, so he's going to lose. I think I did that for. I think I made that joke about 3MB. Oh yeah, they don't have pink shirts on, so of course they're going to lose. Like there's no way. Oh no, it's Zack Ryder. Okay, we'll get to that one eventually. All right, so R-Truth and Curtis Axel. Yeah, I think R-Truth definitely had a pink shirt. I think Curtis Axel also had a pink shirt. They're doing breast cancer awareness. That's why I'm making this joke. Um, but yeah, while Curtis Axel and R-Truth they put on a decent match. Like it was pretty good back and forth. But like I think Axel was getting ready to set up for his finisher, and then CM Punk's music started to play. Axel just kind of like looked out at the Titantron, like waiting for CM Punk to come out. And then R-Truth hit his finisher. I don't know what the name of his finisher is, and he picked up the finish. Picked up the win. Um, Heyman had this like hilarious kind of like you got me kind of face. And then and then like what's his name? Curtis Axel was just freaking out like the entire time. Oh, and then they announced, oh yeah, Trish Stratus had her baby boy named Maximus. Maximus, and yeah, congrats to Trish on the baby. We're very happy for you. Hope you're doing well, and we hope we get to see pictures of the baby soon.